Welcome back, and we're on to a cast iron manifold off of a big cat engine today. We have to fill in some holes and then remachine them back out to size. So today I'm going to use EZ TIG, I believe they are, TIG rods, EZ Welds. They're a flux core type of rod, and they're supposed to be kind of the end all be all, apparently. You can weld cold, still got a peen, but we're going to see how that goes. These holes are oversized big time. They take a spacer on top of a bolt, and the spacer is pretty much ready to fall right through them. So we're going to fill those in, machine them back out, and then probably face off the manifold when we're done. Okay, so we're getting ready to start on welding these holes up where they're way bigger than they're supposed to be. So around a 3/8, I think, for clearance for a 3/8, and these are up around, way over half. So I think we got 6 of them to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of them there. We're using EZ Weld TIG rods for doing cast iron. I'm trying to find a cast iron rod that'll be very easy to machine and easy to weld with. So I've done a little bit of TIG cast work before. We'll see how this one turns out. I got this set at 110 for amps. I'm going to pull my stick out a little more on the TIG so that I can actually get down in it. I'm running low on gas, so we'll see how much I can get done before we gotta go get some gas. Probably won't be much. We'll start it at 110 and see how it goes anyway. I'm not positive on how well this will work. We'll see. I won't lie to you, I like it. First impression, seemed to melt in really easily. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going already. So let's see if it'll continue to go that way. Sorry for the camera obstruction. I'm very happy with the way this is working out, actually. dipped tungsten there, so I'll clean that up. But besides that, things are going really good. Pretty happy with these rods. It's actually turning out pretty good. No cracking, nothing. So we're just gonna keep going. So I've got my second hole welded up on the back side. I'm still going to do the other side here. For the most part, things have been going really well. No issues. It almost melts in like a brazing rod. It's very nice to work with, actually. We get a couple more on this side done, and then probably flip them all over. Probably keep working on the same holes, really keep the heat there, and then get rid of it. But I haven't been running into any cracking, any sign of it so far. Really, I don't think you can argue with that too much. As you can tell, I'm using like every bit of these rods because they're not cheap, but they work. So you can't argue with something that works. That's for sure. Okay, so we're on hole 5 of 6. No cracks, no big problems to speak of at all, actually. And yeah, no, everything's still going good. So we're gonna puddle some more stuff in there. Well, that's turning out really good. Other side. Okay, so we finished up all 6 holes on this. One there, up there. I'm really happy with those. Those are the EZ Weld TIG rods for doing cast iron, and that was my first time using them. I was kind of skeptical after my last one, doing that manifold, that things wouldn't work out, but I'll tell you, I think if I had those rods to do that manifold, I wouldn't have run into the cracking that I had. The only thing that we haven't figured out yet is machinability, which is a big thing for me because most of the stuff that I repair I have to machine afterwards or drill or something. So the way that flowed, it flowed like a brazing rod. So I'm kind of thinking that I think we're gonna get some good machinability out of it. Welding like 7018s with a preheat post heat, even that's kind of hard afterwards. But I like that the color of this is the same. I think it's going to be a good repair rod for doing cast iron. Again, that's a big manifold, and I didn't preheat that at all or post heat it. I just cleaned it up and welded it. So I don't know, no cracking, can't argue with that. Well, I'll probably clean up most of the faces right quick with a flapper wheel, and then we'll put it on the mill. We're going to end up facing in eventually, but we got to get those holes drilled back out first, and then we'll put it on and take a skim off of it. So stick with us. That's where we're going to end up being. I'm just grinding the high spots off of where I've welded. Grinding really easy, really easy. So I think this is going to work out for machinability. So we've been drilling the holes back in this manifold, and mind you, the welds aren't perfect the whole way through because the center usually I'll leave a little bit, but that aside, it drills good when it drills, if that makes sense. It does have hard spots in it, so it does make it actually really hard to drill in certain spots. I have to continually sharpen my drill bit. I think that's at the edges of where things happen. Most people won't worry about that if they're doing cast iron repairs unless they're doing something like this. I could use a carbide end mill, but then I'd have to get the reach down in there, or a carbide drill. These high-speed steel are working. I'm just taking it slow and sharpening them and keeping them in good shape as we go. So I have 3 more holes left to do, so we'll see how it goes. Sharpen that one up again.
It's at this point that I felt that it was more viable to run a carbide end mill now and change my setup rather than continue to sharpen drills. It was getting a little too hard for the drill, and if I went with a carbide drill or a cold bolt drill, it probably would have been a lot better, but we had a carbide end mill at hand, so that's what we ended up using, which actually turned out to be very good. It worked out very well in the end.
So I've done a few cast iron jobs here lately. One was a hub that I had to weld with 7018s preheat post heat. I had one that was a piece of front equipment that we welded with 7018s preheat post heat. I also had that manifold job that came in, and that was a nightmare. So what I realized from that was that it was too thin after I ground it down to clean it up, and the cracking was occurring because it was so thin. So if I would have built up the base metal more, I probably would have been okay doing that. But it just continually cracked and cracked no matter what filler I used and what method I used. So this manifold here was off of a cat motor, and I used the EZ Weld TIG rods, and I TIG welded this. And that went really well, as you'll see from the footage. And I was really happy with it. The machinability was hard, but it was no different than trying to machine 7018 after preheat post heat. The color match was really well. You can't really tell where it was when it's machined down properly, and I was really happy with that. The other things that I have found with brazing on that other project with the manifold, it was a lot easier to get a puddle built up, and once I realized what was going on, I was able to stack it up a little higher and actually put the cap over it more so than what I could have done that with the nickel rods that I used. But I did have a hard time using those nickel rods. I wasn't impressed with the way they flowed or the way that they actually welded as well, because I did find they cracked just as much as everything else. Most success I've had is with 7018s preheat post heat. But I do love these EZ Weld TIG rods for cast as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video clip. I'll try and throw everything together as one. Until next time, thanks for watching.